How are you?
How was your day? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
It
I'm good.
the day has been so not good, not bad. In my locality, it's a freezing cold, so we are suffering little bit.
Okay, I think that's the same situation here also. You can make out with all this gear that I'm wearing that I'm actually very uncomfortable with this cold. And this year has been exceptionally cold in many parts of the country. Uh, some places are even experiencing their coldest days,
Right.
which in 10 days, in 10 years or 12 years. Like in Kolkata, we experienced the coldest day on 31st of December. For the past 10 years, it was never this cold. So I think
Mhm.
we're really getting to pay the price for all our, uh, all the things that we have done, taking this environment and all the, things around us for granted. We have not sown correctly.
Right. And this year also, ma'am, it is predicted we will going to face the extreme winter.
Okay.
It was predicted in the month of maybe the May and June when we also it had rain heavily in my locality. So that time they predicted so there we are going to face extreme winter in winter season.
So I think we are the people who have created our destinies in the sense that it's only going to get worse. We are going to have colder winters and fiercely hot summers, and
Seriously, hope.
it's all a part of our own doing.
Right, ma'am. Right. We are only person who responsible for such kind of the scenario.
Hmm. Tell me, so why have you come up with a topic for our discussion this evening? Do you have something on your mind?
Yes, ma'am. So, have you little bit interest in political science, ma'am? In geopolitical?
No, I'm far away from it, and I think we should not get into
Mm,
those kind of topics. Something like on anything random on a day-to-day basis. Like recently, I was speaking to someone, and I asked them, "Who is your superhero?" It could be a
mm,
fictional character, or it could be somebody in your family whom you idolize for whatever
mm,
reasons and qualities that the person has. So that was a
mm.
lovely topic for us to discuss. And then I also had a topic with another person where we discussed about which life would you choose, a big city or a small town, and why? Okay. So,
We should, I think, ma'am, we should discuss about the hero and our ideal person. It is ideal? Am I
yes,
pronounced correct?
yes,
Mm,
ideal. Ideal
ideal.
person is the person whom you idolize, this person, because of what
Mm,
they have done uh, as
mm,
part of their contribution to your life, as well as what they are,
mm,
even as human beings, the qualities that they have. So,
mm.
do you, like, I'll pose this question to you, do you have a real life hero?
Yes, ma'am. But I would say my real life hero eventually changed according to my when I get mature. So I changed my point of view every stage, even when I changed my town. So that time I also changed, and I
Hmm.
don't know what is the reason. No, it is also a saying people are no, we can't predict about the human nature. So just like the weather, unpredictable. So my nature is also unpredictable. I can't say the certain things, but when I was child, so that time we had a mathematics teacher, so I idolized her, the way she taught us. So I
Okay.
always wanted to like that.
Hmm.
So mathematics teacher, and I have done such kind of the things. I became mathematics teacher earlier, and
Hmm.
when I entered in college, so my history professor, I impressed a lot the way he taught us. And after that, when I started preparation for as a PGT teacher, so our English teacher also inspired me. In my in-laws family, my mother-in-law, her frank behavior, straightforward, determination, persistence, and she has a knack to convince anyone. And she is a true mistress of her family. So
Hmm.
she impressed, and I learn a lot some extent no mother-in-law and daughter-in-law have a different kind of the relation, but I praised a lot her behavior, the way she tackled her family. And before become being a part of the this family, I haven't any I hadn't any courage, but I have learned to how can we face the situation no matter what kind of the situation. She has a knack. to take care of the whole situation. So I learned. In now I am in a school, and it was a very big school, almost 70. We are 70 people in our staff. So some extent, I also I am learning still.
To some
Many,
extent, to some
mm,
extent, to some
some
extent.
some
Mm.
extent I am learning from my colleagues how they tackles their families, how they manage all things, and the way they are giving a sport their kids, their husband, their family. So I can't say the certain people, and but I took the some names, some teachers, some my family members, my mother-in-law. They are my real ideal people. I never impressed by any influencer and celebrity, ma'am. I don't think no. I don't
See,
believe in real life.
because I'll tell you why you have real life heroes and why you idolize them as your real life heroes, because you have seen them from close quarters. You
Right.
have seen them uh,
Mm,
with your own eyes, shaping their lives and
shaping the-
doing something to shape the lives of others also. You've seen them as being unselfish human beings. You've seen them
Mm,
as being strategists. You're seeing them
mm,
as people who are able to manage situations. You are seeing them as multitasking marvels. Many women are
mm,
multitasking marvels. I read this term somewhere many years ago, maybe 15 years ago, that why are women called multitasking marvels? Because they have this uncanny ability to be able to manage a home and at the same
mm,
time get to their workplace and give their best shot. And at the same time, if somebody is going through a crisis, they can be the shoulder they can also cry on. So a woman can do all that and much more. And she
mm.
can take a lot upon her shoulders. So
Right.
many a time people question, I shouldn't be sounding like a feminist, that why women are being called the weaker sex when actually we are stronger.
Yes, right, right, ma'am. When my 4 5 year ago, ma'am, I was posted in a rural area. So there was I am only one female colleague, and
Mm.
all are
You can say I was the only lady.
I was the only colleague, female colleague, female
I was the only female employee. I was the
uh,
only female employee.
employee. So I hadn't any chit chat with other females, but recently I moved down and we are around 30 female employees in. So we had different experience, and if we have time, free time, especially in the lunch time, we share. And I am learning through their experience. Some are very elderly, very experienced person. How can they managing all things? And there is a no need to be baffled all time. We can take a pause and we can simply reply in a polite way. We can say no in a simple,
It
no,
is, it
simple.
is, we can take a stand to say no.
We can stand, and we should be a no sayer also. We should
we
learn.
should be we should learn how to say no. That
Oh.
is many area that is one area where many women fail, because we somehow feel that we will be disappointing others if we say no, or people may not like the way we say no, or we may not get any brownie points, and people may not dislike us for that. But I think at the end of the day, self love is very important for us, and also the ability to say no. We
Right, right.
yes, you'll have to
If
say
we
no.
all time, if we all time say yes, so we consider sycophant, and they will definitely consider us, and they will take granted for us. So we
Take us
should
for granted. They will
take
take
us
us
for
for
granted.
granted.
Mm. And sometimes we should say no, and there is a no need to available all time. Recently, I realized and I have learned the things from my other colleagues.
Okay. So it's a learning process for you. You're learning how
Mm.
to say no. And I think that is an important thing for all of us, because many a time we have suffered because we could not say no.
Right. Mm.
And that brings me to the point that we should also know how to draw boundaries, how to set limits.
Mm.
It's very important.
Earlier, I used to think about, ma'am, if I say no, it means I am not a generous or kind person, but it is not all about the kind and generosity. If we are saying no sometime, if we are suffering from and if we are juggling with our own stuff, our own matter, so there is a no need to say yes all time, and no matter
All the
no
time.
all the time, right?
Ability to say no. Yes, I'm really happy that our discussion, right from being the people we idolize, the superheroes, we've come to a more important part of our discussion. That
And
is the ability to
one
say
more
no.
thing I want to, we should be assertive little bit. There is a no need to be behave subdued and surrender.
Yes, assertiveness is very important. Saying no, in a firm manner, but at the same time, without hurting anybody's sentiments. I
Yes.
think the people should also realize that you have your own plate of things to complete and your own tasks to do, and sometimes you
Oh,
cannot fit in something extra because we are all given the same amount of time, and we are trying to fit in as much as we can into that
mm.
limited amount of time. We're
Mm.
all running.
Recently, ma'am, I try to imbibe a habit to retrospect all day. And when I retrospect, so some extent I found, oh, I was not able to make them understand. So I have to learn such kind of things also.
Not only that, not only we have to be aware about ourselves, we should also be able to understand other people's point of view. We can
Mm.
empathize with them. We can do the
Mm.
best we can for them. It's not that we are totally harsh, or we you have
Yes, right, ma'am.
something.
If we are saying no, it doesn't mean we are harsh with, but sometime if we are always saying yes, so it means people no taking the person is no they don't have their opinion, they just blindly follow, they don't have personality, such kind of personality they can impress other. It is considered also, ma'am. I realize in my
Yes,
workplace.
sometimes when we don't say no and we say yes always, people think that we belong to, I mean, that we are a weaker kind of person.
Weaker kind of the person.
Sometimes we do it out of kindness, but that kindness is misconstrued. That
Yes.
kind and
Mm.
misconstrued and
Mm.
misunderstood. And I think we should not give anybody scope to feel that way.
Right, right. And sometimes they don't hesitate to give any task, whether it is in our job profile or not.
I've noticed some things.
Fine.
Some people come to us at the last minute, and that's something that really irritates me. Because if they really wanted help, they could have come to me maybe well ahead of time. Maybe I could have been able to help them out. But there are certain people who approach a particular task, and the last minute they get so overwhelmed because there's so much to be done, and then they seek help. And at that time, you won't
Mm.
realize that you yourself are, running short of time with your own work. So,
Right.
well, yeah, proper planning, proper foresight is very important to be able
Mm.
to, complete our work. And also, even if we want to help others, they should be able to come to us well ahead of time and then seek some assistance, not at the last
Mm.
minute. There are certain
Ma'am,
people who come at the last minute and we call them the last minute Joes.
right.
There's a
Last
phrase, last minute
minute.
Joes. They'll say last minute they want to do everything. They are
Right, right.
basically procrastinators.
Right, right, ma'am. So have you ever faced, ma'am, when you realized, oh, people are take for granted me and they are not valuing my energy, my time? Have
So
you ever?
I realized this a wee bit late towards the fag end of my career. And what I realized is I used to overreact rather than, sit them down and try to talk to them and try to tell them that what were my constraints. I used to overreact, and I think that was not a right reaction from my side.
Right, sometimes
I
it
should have
also
been
happen with
able,
me.
yeah, I could have been able to handle it in a more calm and composed way, which I think I failed in that area. But actually,
Mm.
wisdom comes, no, when you actually become aware of your faults. There can be
Mm.
nothing better than that when you are aware of your own drawbacks. And
Right.
so here I am, and I know everything very well now.
Right, right, ma'am. Sometime I also know if they call me, they seek help for me, and I
From
am
you,
also mm, uh,
they seek help from me.
from me, and I was also know that time running of the time, so I also feel irritated, and I also overreact. Usually I overreact with them, but just you said it is not good thing. We should listen them. If we can do so, we should carry on. Other than simply we can say no, it's my constraint. I can't do this or that. So, ma'am, have you ever give no so much value and people are not realizing, and just at the some point of a time you realize I lost my personality, I lost my own identity.
I think it has happened in my life also that, yes, sometimes we put ourselves last. And
Mm,
then what
yes,
happens is people think that you are a people pleaser. You want to please everybody, but it doesn't work that way.
yes,
If you're
right.
going to end up being a people pleaser, you're going to eventually suffer. And that
Mm,
realization has already dawned on me.
right, right. Yes. So I think it is we should learn in our early age, and we should make such kind of things our kids also. And I am in a
Teach
school,
it,
so I try to make my students also. If we
understand.
can, make them understand. If we can do so, definitely we should go, but we never forget our personality, our identity, and
and our
we should set
boundaries.
boundaries. We can say, ma'am, we should definitely set boundaries.
Thank you.
Mm,
So I think we've come to the end of our session. We've
right, ma'am.
got a minute or so to wind up, and it was, as usual, it was a very interactive session, and we covered a lot of substance in this time. And I hope that we can meet again for some more discussions,
Ma'am, if you
and we
have time,
can.
so please point out my grammatical mistake. If you
Yes,
have,
yes, you need to also frame your sentence as well. Like, where you are bringing the words before the words that should actually come. So you're
mm,
juggling the words a bit. I think you need to work on that, and please do it.
mm,
You'll
mm.
definitely improve.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye
Good
and
night.
good night.